Okay guys, so here's the chicken update. I'll take you around the plot in a moment, but it's Sunday and it's actually sunny at the moment, but it has been very windy and we've had hailstones and sleet. It's just a really strange day, but at the moment all the birds are out. They've been fed and they're enjoying themselves. So I'm going to take you up. As you can see, there's a couple of ducks washing themselves in the pond, or the little pond that we've got temporary for them. There's a couple over here having a bit of a drink. One thing I'll say about the ducks, they really muck the water up. You know, it gets absolutely filthy with them. Even that one, you know, the water inside, as you can see, is crystal clear, but because they're drinking it, it gets mucky. We've knocked up an outside feeder here using old drainage things. It does chuck it on the floor, but by the end of today that'll be gone, so it won't be a problem. You can see them all huddled up there at the moment. It has been quite windy here, and about 5 minutes ago we had all the sleet and hailstorms. It's that windy. Look, my gate's just blown over and I got a chicken right on the edge, so bear with me a second. I've just got to get him in. Okay. Right. I thought that was locked, but it obviously wasn't. As you can see, they've all come running up here now because I've gone out the gate. And the reason being was there was some bread out on the path from where I threw it over yesterday and the wind blew it back at me. So I got some bread from again today. Right, let's take you into the pens. I don't think I got any laying at the moment. I've collected most of the eggs. They're down there at the moment for today. Oh yeah, we've had one lay there since. So you know, if you've got clean nest boxes, the eggs come out quite clean. The duck eggs, however, are always dirty no matter what you do. You have to give them a clean with Milton or something like that. I don't think there's anything in this one at the moment, but they've been in there digging around again as usual. Right, okay. Hello, Mr. Duck. I should say Mrs. Duck. Okay, down here you'll see all the grass is gone and everything else with the winter, and we've lifted this level. All the spoil I've had off the plot where I've been digging and everything else has come down here to sort of build this level up and try and get it flat. We're going to get a pond in here very shortly, but we're still waiting on this ground to dry out a little bit. Now, as I said in yesterday's episode, we've got a hen sat on some ducks. Give me 1 second. Okay, we've got a hen sat on some ducks, and on duck eggs and chicken eggs. Now, I don't know if she's going to allow me in, you know, to show you, and I don't know how bright it's going to be, but I'll put the light on and maybe it'll make a bit of a difference. There she is. So she's well flattened out at the moment, and she's in here. She's got her own food and water and everything else. But some of you have said about the ducks. There's a food and water there, look. Some of you said about the ducks not hatching because they take longer than chickens and things like that. And even though we've left them under, we're not bothered if they hatch or not. However, what we're going to do is, a couple of days before the chickens are due, to hatch. In case she gets off the eggs and everything else, what we're going to do is put an incubator on, which we have at home, and you'll see, I'll put a link to that incubator as well for those of you that are looking into doing chickens. I built an incubator with an automatic egg turner and everything else, and I'm going to put a link in the video. I'll put it sort of just here, okay, and that'll show you then exactly, you know, how to build your own incubator if you want to use it. So it's not the best of videos, it's quite an old video, but again, it'll show you what to do. So at the moment, guys, that's really about it. As you can see, they're having a dig around. That's one thing they love doing. They dig themselves a hole, they eat everything out of this bark and what have you, and then they lay in the hole. But the ducks spend most of their time around that pond. We move it from time to time, stop the ground getting bogged. But what we're going to do is build a big one for them, because we've got 12 ducks here at the moment, and obviously if they hatch out anymore, we're going to have a few more as well, but see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's your poultry update, and hope it was worth waiting for. Like I said, the plot at the moment is looking a bit threadbare, but once the spring really kicks in, it'll start growing shoots up here, there and everywhere, and the trees will sort of green up a bit and what have you. It's a little bit windy, as you can see, all the straw being blown about and things, but one thing I want to show you, these two here, let me just put you down a second. Okay, those two ducks there, they're both drakes, and they're like that all the time. They go everywhere together. They always seem to be sort of preening each other and everything else. And it wouldn't surprise me if that Aylesbury gets in with the other one. Now, the one with the green head, he's actually a cross between an Aylesbury and a khaki Campbell. We didn't realise that at the moment they mixed in here, and obviously sometimes the khakis get onto the Aylesbury's and vice versa. However, because we're not worried about sort of keeping the breed and everything else perfect as far as the ducks go, because they're only really here for the kids and for eggs to eat, then it's not an issue for us. But if we ever wanted to breed pure eggs from them, all we'd have to do is pen off the khakis and the Aylesbury's in the pens and leave them for a few weeks, and then after about 3 or 4 weeks we know we'd get pure eggs, so it's not an issue. But these two drakes, they're always together, always preening, always bathing. So anyway, that's it for this episode, and there will be another one coming up shortly about tidying the plot, so that may well be on tonight as well. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you shortly. Cheers now, bye.